12:33 on the 23rd. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. Shake it off, shake it off. Ooh.
Want a smarter way to mop? Introducing the new Swiffer Power Pro. An all-in-one cleaning tool, hundreds of scrubbing series, and so on. A lot more way for a mopping bucket cleaner than you have to tell you. Mop smarter with the new Swiffer Power Pro. Happy, what day are we? Wednesday. Little bit of hump day in our lives. Midweek. Okay, first card up, 12, 1 and 2 is 3, Trinity, Liberty, Liberté. Cheers. Yeah, happy Wednesday. I'm guided to come in, but I have nothing particular to chat about as I'm by myself. So I'm just gonna flip some cards until there's chattiness in the chat. Roar.
I say well, diamond. I'm not particularly fond of diamonds. Like they're okay and everything, but they're not my favorite. I think there's a lot of programming and bullshit around diamonds, and I've never gravitated towards that. Ooh, I think diamonds are amazing. I actually prefer like pyrite and stuff that I can find myself. This being said, there's diamonds everywhere, not just in specific areas, and that's really important. Bonjour, Sweet Peace Québec, comment ça va? Coucou ma belle, comment ça va? Est-ce qu'il fait... Je veux dire, est-ce qu'il fait beau? Il fait tout le temps beau, même quand il fait pas beau, parce que, tu sais, on a besoin de la pluie. C'est comme bizarre dehors, super tranquille, comme si c'était un long week-end ou une fin de semaine, même si c'est la journée des poubelles. C'est comme il n'y a pas bien du bruit dehors. Puis les nuages sont comme come and go. Il va-tu mouiller? Il va-tu pas mouiller? Fait que je me suis décidé de faire un stream. Puis arrêter de regarder dehors. Arrête de checker dehors. Qu'est-ce qui va se passer? Woo! Diamond. Yeah, that diamonds are forever and diamonds are a girl best friend. Specifically those programs just icked me. I remember when my partner to be husband and I were talking about certain things, and I was like, if you do that thing and you pay too much for a wedding ring, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Don't you fucking do that. Right? Don't you do that. And I was proud of him because he respected that. I didn't want, right, the bells and whistles of stuff, and he respected that. Card number 20, Diamond, the priceless gift of time and pressure combined, beauty and the strength arising from trials and challenges, the right use of power. As co-creators with our fellow beings, we are meant to work together harmoniously, giving and receiving, taking turns, sharing the work, the credit, the fun, and the power of manifestation. Today, you're called to claim your power and exercise it with respect and love for all, even those that are hard to love, especially those who challenge you. You never know what silent struggles people are hiding, and your ability to express love is magnified by the diamond spirit today. So listen to that part of you who wants to be kind and understanding towards someone who's making it difficult for you to come from your highest self. Diamond Spirit has appeared to let you know that this is a moment to wield your power mindfully. You have earned wisdom over time as you have suffered much in your life, and now you are at a place of maturity and understanding. Avoid being reactive, for there's strength in quiet, loving gestures, such as the willingness to listen and say, I'm so sorry that you are in this situation, because often it is these gentle actions that hold the most power. Your ability to move hearts is very strong right now, even as you maintain healthy boundaries. Make the choice to own your power, use it with wisdom and grace. In doing so, you align with the conscious universe, who knows the healing power of love and compassion. I'm going to read a little bit more, see what else is, you ever been invited to like an event, whether it be a wedding, birthday party, anything, where there's a gathering of many people, and then there's always the loudest person or two or three in the room, and then the quietest couple people in the room. It makes me wonder sometimes, like, what makes that someone who is speaking empty air, but very loudly, manifests to get attention, whereas somebody who actually thinks about their words and doesn't waste them, right? That kind of energy. Yeah, I'm going to leave that at that, but it's a thinker, right? C'est beau que ce que ça dit. Oui, Yeah, I love the message. I do, and I'm feeling it as well. This is like a prevalent theme lately, right? To use your wisdom with grace. Especially those of us with sharp tongues and a mastery with words and sarcasm that use that throughout our life as our protection, as our, whatever it was, to flip that around, where you can bring a grown man to their knees and they will shut the fuck up, but the way that we go about it, right? There's certain things that, even if it was the right way to do it before, in an old world that's dying, it doesn't work the same way anymore. And yeah, for myself, it's been years where working on my gentleness, my sensitivity are like at the forefront of what I'm downloaded and guided at all times. And often I'll be guided towards channels or people that show me how I don't want to be. So meaning I'll be guided to watch a live stream where somebody's just completely like raw, and they're right about what they're talking about. It's beautiful that they're passionate, but the raw behind it, it makes that whatever the message is just doesn't. And so it teaches me to be the opposite. Does that mean I'm still not like raw sometimes? Oh, fuck yeah, right? Don't poke the bear. I pity the fools who fuck with me. I really do. But in this embodiment where I'm at in this part of my life, I know my gentleness, even if somebody thinks I'm being hard, it's like, no, you don't get it. That was really gentle, right? I don't know if that makes sense. It just all okay. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Hi, Jackie Fox 333. No more sarcasm for me, only truth now, gentle truth. Roar. That's beautiful, sweetie, because one of my things, and I believe this to my core, whether anyone else does or not, but I do not believe that the universe recognizes sarcasm. Therefore, we manifest this reality, and all our flippant words and all our attitude and our mindsets of certain things is keeping certain loops in place collectively because, right? This being said, I love words, I love wordplay, but there's definitely an attention to be had towards the words and the tone and the underlying meaning. And it was in like the second year that I had my restaurant where my best friend Yvette, we were having like a really deep conversation, and she says to me, she's like, that thing where people say it's just a joke and they say something that hurts or that whatever it is, and it's like, she's like, it's never just a joke. There's you know what I mean? Like when people put someone down and say something, whether everybody's laughing and thinks it's hilarious or not, why, right? There's an insecurity about someone who's bullying others by making fun of them, and everybody else is laughing instead of one person standing up and saying like, this is just yucky to me, right? This is just yucky. Like this doesn't feel safe. And I've done this in live streams for years now where like, there's somebody saying something or writing something down, and it's like, fuck, this isn't funny to me. It's not elevated. I won't help you guys enable jokes against the feminine or the masculine or whatever it is, and just boom, I'm out of here, right? And not in a way to try to stop people, but just in a way that this is not acceptable around me. And the thing is about me as well is that everything I do is PG rated, where I don't use a headset. So if I'm in someone's live stream and they're speaking a certain way, everything is heard around me, right? There was a time months ago when I was watching a certain person streaming, and as the people on the panel were speaking, I was turning down the sound. lower and lower and lower. And I realized, like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm lowering the sound so my neighbors don't call the fucking police thinking something's happening to me or my house. But if this live stream is so fucking toxic that I'm turning down the sound because I don't want my neighbors to fucking think there's like something happening here, what am I doing in here? Why am I here? Right? What part of me is safe or feels good here? Nothing. And I deleted everything that had to do with that, right? That stream, that energy. I'd never gone back to peak ever. But I really realized, like, if I'm turning down the sound because I don't want my neighbors to think that there's something aggressive happening here, like, what the fuck am I doing? Right? Wake up, buttercup. Get the fuck out of Dodge. You don't belong there. Ça fait plaisir, sweet peace. Good. Je suis contente si ça fait du bien. Jackie, Fox 333. My sarcasm was very snarky and not my true heart. Oh, girl, I'm not even joking, Jackie. I can make a grown man cry. And when I say grown man, it's because I've worked in the public where I didn't have a bouncer, I didn't have a fucking bodyguard, I didn't have somebody else to call and say, help me, right? So I had to be what I was to manifest the energy for everyone in the building to feel safe as I, right? You don't fuck with me, right? Whether it was my place or that I was responsible for it, right? That's it. So flipping that part of me to not, right, use it like for self-preservation or even in thinking it's the greatest good for the all it's like a constant like working through, right, Jackie? Thanks for sharing that, Jackie, because oh my gosh, sometimes I think like, does everybody just glorify themselves to be like so amazing and everybody else is like rude or this or that or narcissist and this? Like, oh my gosh, no. Right? The way that the whole past life recall, like, hello, nobody's admitting or saying, like, I was a rapist. Oh my God, I murdered people. Right? No, I was a princess. I was a king. Really? Really? It seems to me like you were a ruffian, fucking stealing shit and killing people, but you don't want to remember that. So I really love when people like face their past life or this life shit and can say, I was this in this lifetime. Right? It's like people will say to me, oh, you're such a good mom, Genevieve, you're so amazing. And it's like, bitch, I have like fucking yelled. I have like done stuff that, oh my God, I can't believe that stuff came out of my mouth. Right? Or that I felt so terrified that I didn't even know how to communicate with the kids at a certain point. You know what I mean? So the learning curves, you know what I mean? It's not always pretty. Right? It's not always pretty. Bonjour Alex, comment ça va? My soup was so good. It was so yummy in my tummy. Hey, beautiful souls. Yes, indeed. Robin with a Y. Hi, sweetie. Hey, Genevieve. Just listening, not chatting. Much love. Roar. Thanks for just that little poke in so I can feel ya. Love you, sweetie. Jackie Fox 333. I call myself out all the time. It helps me. Yup. Same. And that's one of the things too, is if we're able to call ourselves out, we're able to be in reactive mode and actually stop ourselves. Because you could be in the middle of a fucking hissy fit saying a bunch of stuff and realize, whoa, stop. Right? You don't have to keep going, letting more out, and then wait till it blows over. You can stop yourself in the bud. Right? You can be in the middle of saying or thinking something and just boom, right? Stop it. Stop it. Right on. Okay, I'm going to continue a little bit more with the diamond energy and to the relationship message. Your ability to act lovingly is strong today. It's amplified by diamond spirit. You are filled with love and capable of deep compassion, even as you speak the truth about how others' behaviors affect you. Use your power to set firm boundaries, to say no, and to mean it. To listen with an open heart and an open mind before you make decisions, and to express compassion without giving up your integrity. All this wells up from the wisdom you learned from your previous challenges. And the last live stream I did, which was, I don't remember, 2, 3, 4 days ago, Wisdom came up 2 times cards, but was very prevalent as a message in the last live stream. All this wells up from the wisdom you have earned from your previous challenges. You do know better now. At the same time, be sure that you don't come on so strong that others feel intimidated. Forcefulness is not necessary. Pay attention to whether someone seems afraid to contradict you, for how you might unwittingly be discouraging them from owning their own power. Be loving, be strong and compassionate, and exercise the right to use power with everyone you connect with today. And the crystal spirit meditation, diamonds can be formed in the earth's mantle, in a lab, or due to a collision of an asteroid with Earth. However, they come into our being, they teach us that extreme pressure and hardship can transform even the most beautiful, even the most ordinary, into something incredibly strong and beautiful. Diamond Spirit asks us to contemplate how something that felt unbearable may actually assisted you in becoming more fully aware of who you were. Can you see how strong you are now? So my card has been poking out at me. King of Clubs. I'm just putting it out there. If anyone has any syncs or knowings, King of Clubs. That little dude is standing out big time right now. Alex, the Western world has become very squeamish. Almost nothing can be done not to be sued. Oh, roar, sweetie. I love you. Amplifying that for sure. I have to see both my ex-husbands today. I need strength. Oh my gosh. It's a 2-for-1, honey. It's a 2-for-1. That's a lot. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Pray to the ancestors, honey. Get great-great-grandma on board now. Oh my gosh. I'm going to say this the way it comes out, Jackie, and anybody else listening. Follow your heart. Trust your instinct. I'm not having a lot of contact with outside people these days because I haven't streamed. I haven't been around any, other people's streams and stuff like that. So I'm only having a certain input and exchange of energy, right? And it's not a lot, but there's a lot of, seriously, there's a lot of reactiveness. There's a lot of projections. There's a lot of walking wounded that are like that stir crazy energy because right now there's something happening somewhere on the planet that is, fear-based. And so therefore there's so much, turmoil coming up within people, and not everybody's choosing to deal with it in certain ways. So, you can be Miss Happy Mary Sunshine and then just like rare, right? And how first of all, it's not personal, even when the situations seem like they are. There's a lot going on internally with people. So trust your heart and your instinct for everything. Sometimes certain things just whoa right now. And yeah. 2-for-1, yeah baby. 2-for-1 for sure. I got this. Yeah. Sweet Peace asking, is everybody doing good? Tout le monde va bien? Oui, tout le monde va bien. Ça va bien. Hi, Sharon Clearly, aka Lake Superior Skywatcher. Saying, wow, Jackie, I hope you do so with grace, sweetie. Roar. Yes. Yeah, I'm laying low for a lot of things, to be honest. Just laying low. I can't, or I'm not guided to instigate, certain flow, certain conversations, certain paths with people, and no matter what, right now, because that's just where the inner guidance from myself. Okay, card 55. Snake Spirit, time to heal. All of us need healing at times, and when Snake Spirit appears, it's time to repair, renew, and replenish yourself and your vulnerable heart. Self-care and maintenance work are needed so that your vitality can arise. Give yourself that space to nourish your own well-being. Vulnerability is necessary for friendships and partnerships to work, which means that all of us are going to have some tender emotions at times. Be gentle with yourself and others now. Shed the past and step into a new way of being, for vitality is rising within you. This might be a good time to honor the work you have done to heal, grow, and repair any damage within you, within those you care about. Celebrate together how far all of you have come in your healing journey and all you have created. Unburden yourself of anything that no longer supports well-beingness, prosperity, positive relationships, and well-being, and open the door for healing to occur. I'm going to read the protection message to you. No matter how much you might have lost or how you've been disappointed, you're called by Snake Spirit to shed the past and practice radical self-acceptance now. Only by forgiving yourself can you move on, regardless of whether anyone else is ready for healing. And that part is really freaking important, right? You don't need validation from anyone else to forgive and to move on. And it can be really hard too, because once you're done with soul contracts, certain timelines, for myself, I'm gonna just say it straight up. Been a year and a half, no contact with certain family. I don't miss them. I don't feel there's like an emptiness for me. Zip, zero. If anything, the soul contracts, the energy, all of that, everything just feels like amazing to me. How they feel is not part of my reality anymore. And the fact that they would even hang on to old stories of years now gone by, instead of let's just fucking figure some shit out, start the past, right? The past. So you can't fix things in the now with people who are still living in the past, right? Doesn't, even if you'd want to. But you got to move on. When your tender new skin is first becoming exposed, you might feel uncomfortable. Love yourself and remain vulnerable anyways. You have been weak, but now you are becoming strong and developing wisdom, and you will do better in the future. Snake Spirit reminds you that hearts can be so easily wounded. Apologies and amends do go a long way. Self-forgiveness for your role in what happened can help you to heal. And remember, it's the one who has been wounded who often has the greatest power to help heal others. Boom. That's important. Hi, Simon Coe. How's it going? Yeah. Jackie says retrograde in cap locks. Yes, Sharon, the getting a new skin. Yep. Jackie Fox 333, today starts my Virgo season. Right on. Hi, Matrix Man. Is you on a lunch break, dude? 13:03 Eastern Time, 3:03, 13:03. I was gonna light this candle. Maples Matthews maple syrup. There's actually a place, a sugar place that is called Matthews. um, the candle smells amazing, but I felt like going with keeping this for more like evening. But it's cool that you come in, Matrix Man, because I had Matthew. Also, shout out to the other Matthews. To the other Matthews. Simon Coe, no one is getting my energy but me. They all try, but they all fail. Two great words. Which ones do you mean, Sharon? Oh, two great words. Two great words. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, I get it. I'm like, what are you sorry about? Right? What words? What are you sorry about? Yes, two great words. I'm sorry. And here's the thing that comes up when I read that. You can't say sorry for something you're not sorry for. You can, but it's not real. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. I was thinking about my family and stuff. I'm not sorry for not allowing them in my life. I'm not sorry. I don't miss them. I don't. This might sound whack, but I'm 51 and 3 fucking quarters years old, and I gave 50 fucking years, a half a century of my life trying. And it's just done inside of me. And that's it, you know? I think of how the issue with family started with 2 people. Now yet it's a whole family, different generations, they live different places, and you know, crickets. No one knows my story or gives a shit after a year and a half. So whatever anybody thinks or knows, nothing has to do with my actual version. Except for those who watch the tidbits of me when I'm on here, right? How wonderful that must be for a family who can't connect with you, but then they can choose to watch you whenever they want. And then turn it off when they're not happy or when they don't want to hear something, so they actually only are hearing blips and blurbs taken out of context. Anyways. Simon, return to sender times 1,000. I don't do that often, Simon. I don't return to sender often. I believe that it does that itself. So me amplifying, thinking that someone should, you're right, get back the energy that they gave, or the lack of energy and the toxicity, that they should get it back. You know, that's not for me to choose or decide. Alex, I'll pick a card for you after this one. I have this one already here. The next card will be yours. You still haven't received a notification about this live broadcast. I don't use notifications, Alex, so you know what I mean? I don't get any for anybody. I don't use them. Once in a while, I'll press notify me because I know somebody's having a live stream like at the end of the day or 2 days later, but I have no notifications on for my emails. So if the email comes in and tells me, I don't get the alert for it. Sharon clearly. For sure. I'm the only standout in mine, so I can relate. Roar, sweetie, thank you for saying that. And that's the thing, is that the blessing of having chosen, being guided to be, in YouTube world the way that we are. And it's like, oh, whoa, after 4.5 years, this cannot be denied. This is a true timeline some of us live, right? That's it. There's too many reflections of me across the world of, whether you want to call it the black sheep, the scapegoat, the everybody believes in a family that this person is doing wrong all their life, the past, that they're fucking up their future without even loving them in the now, accepting them for who they are. Like, how the fuck does that make sense, right? Like, from the level of psychology of anyone who's ever done any reading or listened to certain like TED Talks or lectures or certain things, when it's everybody against one and one person is the problem, there's a bunch of people who need to look in the mirror, because you can't blame me because you're unhappy because you miss me. That doesn't make any sense, right? Duh. So yeah, textbook, narcissism or whatever words you want to use, is that when you got one person ready to leave a whole life behind in order to feel happier, and then a bunch of codependent people all whispering together whatever they're whispering, right? Who's actually sovereign in their choices, right? The bunch that are together, or the one that's just doing what they do? Hey, esoteric alchemistic, welcome in, dude. Everything's good here. Simon Coe says, yeah, returning to sender repels energy that we're not aware of. Yep. Hi, Nova Nova. How's everything going, sweetie? Card number 16, all that glitters. Notice the two masks, right? And then the angelic presence and the light. The mask's over. And I've said this before. I've been offered every fucking timeline that is silver or gold plated in the last 4.5 years. It's insane. Some things I don't even say out loud, because it's like, did this fucking really get offered to me as a timeline? Are we fucking kidding me? You know what I mean? Like the gold plated opportunities, right? Many of us have been, is it the word tempted or tested, to see, are we really going to stay aligned to our heart's desire? Or if we're offered this or that, ooh, that's shiny, I'll take it. I'll take it, right? Not everybody takes them. All that glitters, a need to see beyond the superficial, the desire to don a mask or a dress, something up to disguise its true nature, trying to be something you're not, chasing after every sparkly new thing, being mercurinal. I don't know if I said that right. Mercurial, mercurinal. Jackie mentioned retrograde. It's Mercury, right? Gone to retrograde, or gone. The Oracle's message: it's only human to want to adorn oneself with trinkets and paint a pretty picture of oneself. It's natural to want to acquire the trappings of status, or to deny them as a statement of rebellion. But if it sparkles, is it better? Whether it's a fast car, a big house, a title or position, stamp of authority, or the sparkling of diamonds. Boom, diamonds was the first card, and the first thing I said about the diamonds, I'm not crazy about diamonds, right? They're not a part of my life and my stuff. If anything, diamonds are not my best friend. They don't resonate with me that much. I can go with the crystal stuff about it, right? Wee, that was awesome to fucking say out loud and shit like that. But, exactly. Okay, where was I? The sparkling of diamonds, these icons let you know something about a person, a place, or a thing, or do they? The truth is that people seek to acquire things because of what they will do for them and how they symbolically will elevate them and make them more attractive. This card signals that it's time to see beyond the adornments and probe underneath the surface. Learn and recognize the masks people wear and the motives underlying them. Imagine that if all the glitter was gone. Would you still desire a certain object or a certain person? Boom. If you're watching certain people and, they show up edited, scripted, there's a big spiritual hijack going on, guys, right? There is. There's spiritual people hanging out with fucking Oprah and doing shit, and they're all like, you know what I mean? They're on the same fucking path. Right? Disclosure is way more than just certain, right? The whole spiritual mumbo jumbo bullshit show. So be ready. Some of these people are the ones that you've read all their books, and those are the teachings that you based your things on. Right? I'm not here to name names, but there's a lot of people that, are based of certain teachings. Are those, spiritual way showers as pure of heart as we thought or think they are? Right? Just because someone sold 1 million copies of a book has millions of people listening to them day after day after day because they're shiny, because they speak well. I thought the whole spiritual stuff was about being authentic. Does everybody speak perfectly in the same way, in the hypnotic tones that have no cadence, for example? Right? Anyways, take what resonates, leave the rest. Discernment. Keep yourself safe. Relationship message. Sometimes we try to become something that we're not, just to impress others. We embellish a story a little bit. We add some dramatic elements to make us seem more appealing. The real person becomes hidden behind the sparkle and the shine. Then there are times when we don't even see the true value of someone else because he or she may not have the glitz and glamour that seems so desirable. Now's the time to look past the surface, beyond the mask, to the essence of people. Who is that person, not what or she can give you, is really important. See beyond the glitter and look for the inner glow. Use the eyes in your heart. Let go of the artifice and let what is authentic shine. And that's it right there. The inner glow, the eyes that shine, that inner glow that even if someone's telling something that's really traumatic because they're still living something, crying, for example, and just the spark, the fire. Have you ever talked to somebody and they're telling you their deepest, right? You're holding space, witness for something that is so multi-layered, so traumatic. But in that essence of that person's vulnerability, the person that they are, allowing for what needs to come out as you witness this, it's only light that's coming up. Even if the person is using certain words, even if they don't even understand what they're saying because they're allowing it out, right? That inner beauty. And that's it. There's many, right? Beauty is what beauty is, but what is beauty? If you can mock it up and filter it and all of that as well. It's this, right? The inner spark. Eyes don't lie, right? The seat of the soul right there for everybody to see. And this is one of the reasons I live stream, right? Full face forward every single day, 3.5 fucking years in a row. Yes, I use my glasses sometimes, but the essence of me, always, right? There's no monkey business happening, filters coming up, or me hiding when I have certain emotions. People who have watched me, it's just, we can go from I'm giggling to holding space for something really, you know what I mean? From like giggling to tears and not needing to hide that, right? For me, it's a part of my purpose and a part of my mission. I don't want to be looked at. So that makes it even harder, right? And more challenging because every day is stepping out of my comfort zone because I don't want to be looked at, but it's a part of what I do. Why? Because energy doesn't lie. So you can turn me on mute, not listen to the words that are coming out of me. What are you going to feel as the energy? Right? Hi, my Annie. How are you, sweetie? I'm going to finish with the last but not least protection message. Don't know who needs this. It says there's 8 in the chat, and whoever will be passing through. This is a signal to walk away from what you're contemplating. There's a thin veneer of glitter and sparkle that masks something rotten underneath. Pursuing it will only bring a difficult situation, and you will be sorry you got yourself into it. Stay away. Better things are waiting. So if anybody's here with that thing inside of them, or of, is this thing or is this person or is this situation that I'm thinking about positive and pure for me, take what resonates, leave the rest. There's only a certain amount of warnings in my oracle cards, and this is one of them, right? And it's that thing where if you're passing through, you weren't even meant to be here, you hear that, take it. Ask, right? Your higher self. Do whatever it is with your own tools. Pull your own cards. Do whatever it is you got to do. But again, somebody here needs that. Hi, Amber Lachelle. Going well? The damn teeth today? Oh, honey. Amplifying love and healing to you, sweetie. What do you mean, Nova? Is tarot day on the live stream, huh? I don't know. I don't do tarot, sweetie. I just have my oracle cards like usual. It is Mercury retrograde, eh, Jackie? I thought so. Nova. So I stopped halfway to learn from another book how to read auras, and I'm learning how to use it. Can be able to read auras. Can be used for protection and such. I have never really been able to listen or learn to other people and how they see, because I just naturally do see what I see, and I definitely could never try to teach anybody to do it my way, because I don't think that people necessarily do everything the same ways. But hey, that's cool. Yeah, was it Alex? You asked for a card first, right, Alex? Just gonna grab Alex's card. We're gonna go with the goddess for you, Alex, and then Nova. I know, Nova. Thank you, sweetie. That glitter card, many people need to know. Yeah. And one of the messages coming through in the last few days is that, first of all, it's just so many people are so convinced that they know, and it's like, baby boy or baby girl, you don't get it, because one of your fucking heroes, your idol, the one person you base your fucking shit off of, once that person like fucking like boom falls, like where's it gonna be your like little thing to stand on? Because that's the one, right? That's the teachings that you were emulating yourself. And how that, when that gets stripped from you and you realize that you've been basing your predictions or your this or your that because of someone's teachings, and then that kind of falls too, whoa, right? Sharon, my encounter with the lady I will never see again was like that. Yeah, I've had those magical moments too, sweetie. I've had a few oracles or shamans detour, and then boom, there we are, because they were guided to me, and my life wouldn't be the same if I hadn't had them, because I needed them so much at the time, right? Somebody who could just look at me with a pure heart, understand parts of my gifts that I still didn't even understand at the time. I remember a man named Michael, he came from Pine Ridge, and he was talking to me in 2016 or 15, I can't remember which year, and he looked at me and he's like, there's going to come a time where you're so patient, you are so non-reactive, that someone could be like verbally fucking screaming in your face, and you would actually be wiping the spit off, and you won't react, Michelle. And I was like, no, no. I was like, no, dude. You mix me up with someone else. I will never be able to not react. It's like my reaction is what keeps me alive. And he's like, it won't always be. I see that version of you. Am I always there? No. I pity the fool who'd spit in my face still, but the aspects of me that he saw before I could see them myself, he was right. Okay, Alex. Oh my gosh. I might have to go blow my nose. Hey, Seven Spalding. How's it going, sweetie? Hedgehog. We got 2 hedgehogs. We got this one. This one. I don't have hedgehogs where I come from. And someday I shall have one as a pet. Okay, Alex, if you're still here, the card is for you. You be back? Okay, 7. Whoa, I opened it right directly. So, Alex, Mama Kocha, card number 33. 3 and 3 is 6. 3, 6, 9, babies. Mama Kocha, water. The world we inhabit began from oceanic waters of life and the waters that surround us in the womb, both which are the domain of the Incan goddess, Mama Kocha. We are most attuned to the qualities of water as the element of water symbolically represents our emotions, and our emotions move us to make and perceive the world as we know it. The beauty in this truth is found by observing water in all her properties and forms. Water is fluid, and it passes through cracks and flaws in the ground without stress, moving around obstacles and patiently wearing away the most jagged of rocks until they are smooth and gleaming. Water ebbs and flows and comes and goes in powerful rhythmic motions as the seas and the oceans reveal the promise of release and return. Water rises up from the ground and seeds the cloud and then rains upon the earth to ensure growth and sustain life. And definitely amplifying some water for Angie, Texas, where she is. Whew. Water turns into hard ice and blankets the world in a protective shell, even of soft snow, allowing the dormancy of life to herald a time of dreaming. And then the ice melts and the cycle begins again. The answer in your question lies in determining what form of water reveals the condition of your life and then recognizing the next evolution of your life's potential. If you are in an ebb, you can expect a flow. If things are temporarily frozen, they will soon melt. If it seems that your world is too wet and temporary shelter is needed, you can expect new growth and sunny days again. Mama Kocha reminds you that the waters of your life are perfect as they are now and just perfect in the way they will evolve. I hope something in there resonates, Alex. Mamma Mia. Yeah. Lily loves that movie.
What movie?
Mamma Mia.
Yeah! I was about to say, no, I don't. And then I realized what movie it was. Yeah!
I got like a cat frog in my throat. The endless cycles we treasure. Yeah, Sharon. And, sometimes we feel like a puddle. And that's okay, too. We can't always be the ocean and the lake and all these, sometimes we're just a puddle. And that's okay. Nova. I'm going to pull you one of these cards, then I'm going to move around, take a break. From The Sacred Medicine Oracle by Asha Frost, artwork by Steph Littlebird. Liked it? Right on, Alex. Good. Have you been to water or getting to it soon? You got, you going fishing? Did you go fishing today or something? Just wondering. What, is it the 30th or the 31st? That's the full moon. The second full moon of August. I know she's a coming. Full spirit moon. And I started this live stream with a song, a cover version of Neil Young's Harvest Moon by Poolside, Michigan-based band. And I know this is not the harvest moon, but any full moon is a harvest moon to me, if that makes any sense at all. 4, full spirit moon, shine. What needs to be released so that you can shine as bright as the full moon? In Grandmother Moon's fullest expression, we are blessed with light that is unapologetic and bold. Your precious essence is being called forward to match this energy. While we all go through seasons where our light dims and we feel small, this card shines forward to clear the way. What self-depreciating voices need to be released from your heart? What beliefs need to be released from your soul? As you step into the beauty of the expansive moon, you are pure illumination and potential. If you have felt shy in the past to radiate in your fullness, remember that you are enough and there is a space in this world for you. You belong. Allow the tides of your inner waters to be pulled by this full moon spirit, for you have walked the path of becoming, and you can no longer deny your spark. Claim your magnetic essence and reveal your truth and be. Roa Nova, me loves you. Grandmother Moon, yeah, Grandma Moon. Neil Young wrote the original Harvest Moon, but Neil Diamond stands out. I was listening to some stuff earlier, and Sweet Caroline came on by Neil Diamond. Alex says, by the way, everyone loves ABBA songs. Definitely. Not all of them, though. Not all of them. Okay, I won't be super long, but I gotta refresh my water and myself. You're welcome, Nova. Right on, Nova. I feel like that card resonates as things in my life are making more sense. Roar. Good, sweetie. Sharon, everyone is so sweet here. We manifest a really amazing energy. That's why sometimes I don't mean to be like on my alert when, you know, when certain faceless, you know, channelless people pop up. And if anyone noticed today, what I've decided to do is that unless someone actually grabs my attention with something pure, I'm not even going to respond with the hellos anymore. Because last week I allowed myself to kind of react because I was answering someone that I don't even believe exists. And if they do, well, I should be able to feel that at some point, right? So I don't mean to like be snarky or seem like I'm ignoring anyone, but at some point, energy doesn't lie either, right? So the pokeroos who just either are real or not and just want a little bit of attention, you got to participate and, you know, enough. Anyways, yeah. One thing that I really admire and respect is that even people who all of a sudden don't resonate with me, or, you know, like one day everything's fine and the next day it's not, it's different. They don't come and try to make things happen within live streams. I really appreciate that. I've seen enough drama on other people's live streams to understand how yucky it is when you have no clue what's going on between people and someone comes in and, you know, like last week or last year's or last month's battle is rehashed when no one else was actually a part of it. So that sanctum energy, we managed to keep it really tight. Nova says, yeah, I love Genevieve's live streams. Thank you, sweetie. I know they're mine because it's my channel and I'm the one talking and I'm here, but I don't consider them all mine because of all the co-collaboration, right? Even today's live stream, I started alone. There was nothing, no one in the chat, and it was just like, I don't really have anything to come in, right? Didn't have anything until someone's like participating. If I feel like I have something to say, I usually make a vid. If you've noticed, I haven't made a rant or a ramble or this is what I want to say video in months. Been a long time. And there's times where I've had things I want, and then it's like, no, you're not guided to do this. If you do this, it's your ego, or it's right, it's something else. It's not. This isn't being guided of you. And it's like, oh, cool. Then I'm not doing it. It's like, good, don't, right? And a lot of me like just gets guided these last months, even if I'm not feeling like I have anything to particularly say, to come on and be the voice for those that are speaking within the chat. Nova says, yeah, it's been a long time since I've made a vid. Yeah. I would wonder if you're not just going to be redirected to some sort of, right, a platform that is just beginning or, you know, doesn't even exist yet, and restart fresh as well, Nova. I mean, the downfall of YouTube is inevitable on some level as well, and just keep following your heart, sweetie. Especially the vids that you make, they come from the heart. They come from when you feel like you guided to do it. It's not about like, oh, right, like how other people, I have to put out a video at least once a month because otherwise everybody's going to forget me. For us, it's like, go ahead, forget me. The people who can't will never, and I'll be back if and when I'm meant to be back, right? I don't know if that makes sense, but often that will be the indicator of somebody who's purpose-based as well versus being, stats. I got to keep my stats up. I got to keep my numbers up. I got to put out a video to make sure that, the stats and that stuff. And although that can be very beautiful, trust, right? Trust in the universe. Moon heart. Alex on September 8th. The Voice, Romanian version begins. Oh, neato, sweetie. Hi, Judith. Hi, everyone. Working in my yard. Gonna be listening. Thank you for being here. Roar, thank you too. Enjoy. When I just went outside to have a little break, and it's like, it really is not manifesting the rain that I thought was coming. So I might stream just a little tiny bit longer so that I can coax the kid into going for a walk or something. I'm gonna grab a deck that I do not grab very often. Two of them. Go a little bit of French. I'm gonna start with the Goddess, then the Ascended Masters. I don't usually use the books for these, but we'll see. Nova, I'll see you later. I need to read stuff and work on some projects. Thanks for coming in, sweetie. Candle is like amazing. It smells so yummy. I love you. But the walls are not so high. This room is not so big, and it's just overpowering. I love a pure white unscented candle. They are my ultimate favorite. That's it. Smells are yummy, but damn. Whew. There's something to be said about a neutral candle that gives off the light, gives that energy, but doesn't smell. It was cool. When I went to the market on Saturday, I was speaking to a lady who makes certain things, scrubs and soaps and stuff, and I says to her, I was like, I'm that type of person where it doesn't matter if everybody says everything's natural, right? 3 drops of essential oil instead of 1 can affect me in a way that just like, and she looked at me and she's like, I know what you mean. I'm like that as well. And I could tell by her eyes, like, you know what I mean? She knew what I meant. And it was just like, okay. And then we exchanged so much energy. Like, she taught me stuff in like 5 minutes of a conversation that it was like, I allowed myself to buy 2 products from her that I normally wouldn't get from someone else. I would listen to what they talked about and then come make it myself, right? But she was so amazing, so pure heart, so not trying to sell, just openly teaching what she did and what she had, that it was just like, that was it. That the fact that she wasn't attached, trying to sell it to me and convince me, but just teaching me what was in her stuff was just like raw. And, it was a cool feeling, because I worked for a health and wellness company back in 2010. And when I took certain products and then I told my boss, I was like, I'm having this and this, and I've never had this before. And she's like, oh, well, that means you need this supplement to help with the other supplement. And then by the end of the week, I was fucking sick, calling in sick for work and telling her, like, I don't care if I work for this fucking company and you want us to try products and you give them to us for free as incentive and shit. It's like, I'm sick now. I told you the B12 was affecting me a certain way, and you told me I needed something else to balance it. Now I'm literally sick and I can't come into work. And then after that week, I would get calls from people telling me the bad reactions they were having, and then trying to write it up and being told, like, no, you can't write that up that way. You have to change the words and stuff like that. And I was like, listen, like, I'm done here, right? I got sick. Now, like, I'm getting an influx of people, you know, across the United States having certain reactions, and you're trying to hide it. I'm out of here. All right.
Do you know what till what?
Yeah,
What?
that thing.
Fall. Autumn. 30
Who's-
days, 10 hours.
Who's Autumn?
Autumn. I don't know.
Okay, so I did a 3-card pull. Goddess. Les cartes oracales. I've never tried to say oracle in French. Oracle? That sounds weird. I gotta go look that up later. I'm not saying that out loud again. That sounds creepy. Anyways, it's a Doreen virtue. I don't resonate with certain of Doreen's teachings or guidance and stuff like that, but I learned long ago, transmute the energy, take what resonates and leave the rest. Ein, acte de foi, leap of faith. Prenez un risque et agissez pour concrétiser ce que votre cœur désire réellement. Leap of faith, take a risk. Allow your heart what it truly desires. If I remember correctly, Ein, which I say the same way in English and in French, is a Celtic goddess. Ooh, I just saw Artemis. Ein, c'est la déesse. She's considered a goddess and a Celtic fairy. Ein est vénérée en Irlande pour l'aide qu'elle apporte à la culture des végétaux et aux soins d'animaux. So Ein is revered in Ireland for the help that she brings for the harvest and animals. Roar. I just saw the Genevieve card. Hey DJ Is. Jeune fille papillon. Young lady butterfly. Transformation. Vous vivez des changements considérables en ce moment, ce qui vous apporte de grands bénéfices. You're living a lot of life changes, considerable life changes in the moment, and all of them are for your best or highest benefits. Jeune fille papillon. Let me just see if there's anything I want to see about this goddess. Jeune fille papillon est un esprit du Kachina dans la culture amérindienne in the Hopi. I knew it. Okay. Whoa. Okay. She's part of the Hopi prophecies. I was guided to some stuff this morning. I'm going to leave that at that. So the leap of faith, the transformation, you're going through the changes, everything's for your benefit. And then green Tara, Terra verte. Commencez à déléguer. Demandez aux autres de vous aider au lieu de tenter de tout faire par vous-même. Start to delegate. Ask for help instead of trying to do everything. Oof. Ask for help instead of trying to do everything. There are many co-creators that are meant to come together, guys. Right? Those of us with the gift of being able to be the voice, to be able to speak out loud, with those who are of the background, for example, and got the tech skills. Hello, could you come into my life? You know what I mean? Because believe me, I ain't afraid to ask. I ain't afraid to delegate. I just don't feel like those, right? That opportunity or people or whatever is there to ask. Because otherwise, watch out. I'm a coming knocking for the help. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. And although the card says to delegate, I also want to like put that thing of like call to your soul family, right? And then trust and allow yourself to be found. I'm gonna be really honest. For those of us who are tuned into, right, the collective frequency and certain things, everybody's on their fucking knees screaming and begging for certain things in the middle of the night or when they're having their little, you know, allowing themselves to be vulnerable. But then when they wake up the next day, or when life just, you know, takes the direction that it does, boom, the angels that they were screaming for get sent, and then it's like, right? Projecting, not trusting, not believing that that angelic frequency comes from a being that doesn't look like an angel, right? I swear, some people are so fucking programmed with movies and books and mythology and whatever the fuck else that they actually believe that an angel is like gotta look like a fucking certain way, and it's like you got no fucking clue of what's in front of you, right? Or the whole alien agenda. That fucking word alien is not even something to be used in my vocabulary because that's movies, that's books, that's a part of like instantly the word alien, and you got all these images that pop up. But if you say and believe in multidimensional beings and allow for what you see to show itself the way that it actually is, not the way you think you need to see it, what's with the fucking sirens today, man? It's close. I'm not even sure. It might be a fire. I don't know because I can smell smoke outside, and we have bylaws. You can't just burn in the middle of the day. Anyways, prayers up.
It sounds like fire truck.
Yeah. I can't remember if there was anything else. Actually, there was. I've mentioned this before in other streams or when I'm like popping off a rant, but how many people across the world right now are looking up all the time, believe that there is multidimensional beings, and you know, they have a whole fucking property waiting alone or with their one partner and their two dogs. Are you good? Oh, I got somebody at the door. I'll be right back. Are you okay?
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my gosh! What? Tomato dude just came and delivered. Oh, look. Oh my gosh. There's like 4 or 5.
I thought I ordered something, so I thought it was my delivery. Okay, whatever I was saying before, fuck it, not meant to come out. Look at my fucking tomatoes! One of my people down the road. He brought them. Oh my god. Okay, I just gotta take my bread out of the freezer because I bought like crusty loaf of like amazing bread, but I put it away because I was waiting someday I'll find some awesome tomatoes, and now they just came to the door. So, roar. Yes, honey.
Is there still bagels?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's weird that you're choking right now because
I choked on my Gatorade.
I just choked on my spit or something earlier too.
I choked on yellow Gatorade.
Ew. Okay.
Where?
In the fridge where the bagels usually are, just maybe with something on top, honey. Hi, Fishing King. Am I welcome here? Definitely. Where do you fish, if that's okay to ask? I am in Ontario, Canada, off Lake Nipissing.
Where are the bagels usually?
Okay, I gotta go find the bagels for my kid. Get out of the fridge.
I'm blind.
No, I just put them in a different
Yeah,
bag.
No, I'm blind.
I know. It's
Yeah.
okay. You keep telling me you don't need your mom. It's fine. It's fine.
I do need my mom.
Okay.
I
Cool
don't
beans.
know
I'm
if it's
fished.
so
I'm fished. I'm subbed, Fishing King. Yeah, anyways, I'm on Lake Lily, come on, dude.
I'm sorry, my throat really hurts.
I am off Lake Nipissing. I have not put my ass in, well, I've swum, but I haven't been in a boat since 2019. So I ain't fished in a long time. But my waters are amazing. They're actually maybe not well known, but if you watch like fishing shows and certain things, then you could be aware of Nipissing. And if you know Bob Azumi, then maybe too. I know. Alex is saying, Lily, drink water.
Dude, I am
Me-
Alex
Alex?
in Romania.
Yeah, he's trying to help you.
What if I choked on my water too?
Oh,
That would
Lily,
make it
please.
Worse, and then I'd have to go to the hospital, and it's your fault.
Dude, you're choking on water. I can give you like mouth to mouth if you want.
No. No.
Oh, Fishing King, welcome. Yes, Amber. Oh my gosh, we gotta go get bacon. I don't have bacon. Maybe I'll go grab some.
Do they have bacon at the corner store?
Yeah, they do actually.
Oh. I know.
We'll see. I didn't buy lettuce when I went to the market the other day. I bought heavy stuff, and then it was like I didn't want to add the lettuce, and the lettuce doesn't weigh anything. But I mean, I had a cabbage that I had to walk home with, a cabbage, a bunch of carrots, cucumbers, these fucking candles that I bought. Like it was all weight. And at the end, I was like, I don't want to get the.
I carried the granola.
Oh, you did? Yes, I didn't. Anyways, and I didn't want my lettuce to get all squished, so I didn't buy any. Alex, how do I put bread in the fridge? With my hands? How do you put bread in the fridge? With my hands? It was in the freezer, Alex. I put bread in the fridge because we don't have air conditioning or anything. And I just I like to keep it fresh for as long as possible because we stock up, right, Alex? I can't just walk or go somewhere to get everything I want every single day. So I gotta have some stuff in the reserve. Fishing King, I live in Austin, Texas, but I'm here in New York for the summer. I'm going to Boston to go fishing tomorrow. Right on, Boston. Do I make everyone a moderator? Most of the time. Hi, Brielle, dude. Good day to you, good day, good people. You as well, sweetie. I haven't. Did you get my response email of like, I'm not able to respond fully, but here's my numbers? And earlier I was like, okay, now I'm at that state where I can respond, but I got guided to just go take a shower and go live stream. So I'm not sure if I'm meant to respond or if we're meant to like have a connection and then talk. We'll see what's meant to be, right? Alex, then put it in another nylon bag. I didn't have another one. I didn't have another one. Okay, this is what I was going for. The Ascended Masters. It's very weird sync that Lily chokes and has that cough feeling almost same timing as me.
Mine was worse because you're not still coughing.
Yeah, but mine started before and I'm not as dramatic as you.
Dude!
I am not drama based. I ain't a drama llama.
Dude, when you got home, you felt like when you got home yesterday, your feet hurt so bad that you, what did you say?
I don't even know what you're talking about. We didn't even do anything yesterday.
Well, the day that we got home from farmer's market, whatever, that was not yesterday, that was a while ago. But your feet hurt so bad that you wanted a massage and go to the salon for a massage.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Fishing King, LOL. I'm turning 17 tomorrow. Is there an age limit here? I appreciate the honesty, and definitely you're welcome to come in and out, but yeah, I'm not necessarily meant to be on YouTube for a certain age. This being said, I don't really believe in age. Some of the youngest people that I know are much more like right than the older people that I know, but yeah. Happy birthday though, tomorrow, 24, right on. The 24th, I mean, not turning 24. Yeah, going fishing in Boston. A Boston lake. Where's Emoji King when you need him? He's in Boston. I can't do that. I won't. I'm sorry. No, I won't. Remember I said earlier I still use these decks, but I do not resonate with necessarily all the certain things, so I'm leaving that deck behind. Now I'm hungry.
Make yourself one. Except there's no cream cheese.
I don't like cream cheese that much. He was licking his butt just before. Bo was licking his butt, now he's licking Lily's bagel. You know I like cream cheese.
You didn't leave him like it. He sniffed it.
He was sniffing his butt and then sniffed your stuff. Roar. I mean, it's true. I'm gonna hold up my bare tooth. As I hold that. That's really hard to do. A little bit of bear energy. 34, 3 and 4 is 7. Winter solstice, bear, hibernation. When snow blankets the earth on the longest night of the year, we are reminded that all was birthed from the dark. You're currently moving into the season of hibernation, where great power and medicine are available to you. Bear medicine returns us to the quiet, reminding us in the time of solitude that we have the opportunity to allow for the medicine of spaciousness to flow through us. Emptiness, curiosity, and trust are all being called forward to you now. When we return to the cycle of winter, we come back to the knowing that, like all of creation, we too carry a divine spark of light that is meant to illuminate the world. The more you can release control of what you think you need to do and sink into the void of unknowing, the better. It is in these spaces that the miracles and magic touch us, and you are aligned with this medicine right now. Bear is holding a potent healing energy for you, protecting your sacred space. In your surrender and rest, you are held. Right on, dude. Fishing King. I got a lot of great fishing videos. That's awesome, dude. I subbed because personally I don't watch a lot of content, but fishing and outdoorsy stuff is some of my favorite content. The easy, right? The real stuff. Roar, Alex. My dog licks his balls before he starts licking my face.
We're done. We're done with this conversation. We're done with this topic. Switch the topic. We are done.
That way is playing the drum.
I'm eating.
I want to make the joke. I want to make the joke that someone... I'm not going to do it.
I'm going to stuff this in your face.
No, you can't.
I can.
Fishing King, by the way, I'm female. Oh, right on. That's even more better. Cool beans. That's awesome. I love fishing. I ain't fished in a while. Same for us, Brielle. Even though it's still sunny here, the chill in the air has arrived. The turning of the seasons. Me too, honey. I was even telling someone in their live stream yesterday. She asked, like, what's the energy? What's the weather? What's it like around you right now? And one of my things that I've observed, it's already been. I would have to like backtrack and go into my text with Annie when I texted her like the first yellow leaf that that was on the ground, because I started seeing them on the 1st of August. I started to notice that certain trees were lighter in certain spots, so now there's actually yellow and red and orange in some places. So yeah, things are yeah. Alex says it's 9 o'clock in the evening here. No. Fishing King, my cat licks my other cat's ass before she licks my arm.
Guys, stop.
Aren't you glad we only have one cat?
No. I don't like
you. Oh my gosh. Sharon says fall rains here early. Yeah, Lily's counting the days, moments, and seconds until fall hits. So
I'm not counting. I've done something that counts it for me.
She's got a thing on her thing that's telling her, but she's still counting too.
No.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, is everything I say gotta say the opposite?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Rebecca Campbell, artwork by Danielle Noel, the Starseed Oracle.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I never wanted to hear it. I hate hearing it. Bagels fight back. I don't want to hear it.
I'm gonna get my ass whooped by my child if I have to keep reading about licking stuff. Mommy's gonna get in trouble. If I keep going, I'm in trouble.
I'm making my tea, and if I hear one more of these.
Do you have a tea bag? I'm just wondering. Gula Brielle, I enjoy the company of a witty contrarian. Oh my God, could you come play with me so that you can enjoy? I can just be like, oh my God. Oh. Fuck. Oh my God. Oh, I swear. We could be like Dumb and Dumber sometimes from trying to get the last point across.
We're not Dumb and Dumber. That's no.
Oh. Me too, Amber. A little bit of bear energy.
I'm dumb. You're dumber.
I'll be dumbest. I don't care.
And who's dumber?
I don't know. I don't really like using that word. I was just being silly.
I do.
Witty contrarian. I'm gonna get her a t-shirt, Brielle. I'm
Done.
not even talking to you. I'm working. Stop harassing me at work. Every day is bring your child to work day around here. Uh-huh. Mm. Okay. Oof. Y'all ready for this one?
No.
You ain't y'all.
Well, I want to be y'all.
You're not y'all.
Well, I
You're
am.
it.
I am the original y'all.
You're it.
Hey. Hey.
Forge. Don't
Ford?
forge.
Ford F-150?
Ford F-150.
Ford F-150. Have you ever driven a Ford F-150 and felt like you were a powerful woman?
I ain't driven a Ford F-150 in years. I ain't driven a real car in like a year and a half and 2 months, 3 days, 7 seconds. I need a car.
That's not accurate.
Okay, Lily.
That's not accurate.
Okay. Forge. Don't follow.
Ford.
Pave a new path. Be the leader that you wish you had. If you wait until the path is perfectly paved, you won't be forging your own path. And you'll likely not even take the first step. Don't let a small detail like being
You
an
think you're so fancy with your tortillas thing, and I'm using this one.
Yo, you're so amazing.
With my lemon tea. And 4 different goodies.
Okay. Forge, don't follow.
Actually, I. Go on.
Uh-huh. I really like this dress. I need white dresses.
So you can stand?
So I can stain them. Thanks, honey. Yes.
It's always happened. So.
If you wait until the path is perfectly paved, you won't be forging your own path.
You know what I want to say? Go on, that's what I want to say.
And you'll likely not even be taking the first step. Don't let a small detail like being unable to find someone to show you the way be the reason you don't step forward and lead. Let it be the reason that you do. Alex says, run, Lily, run. Alex is seeing. He sees the steam.
You run, Alex.
You should run, Alex. I'd be more afraid of her than of me, Alex. Okay.
You run, Alex, in Romania.
The most courageous and needed leaders are the ones who are not waiting for permission or until the morning they wake up and feel ready. They take the deep breath, they put one foot out the door, and then they figure it out as they go. They're not waiting for someone else to lead them, they lead themselves. This card is for the leaders. You're here to pave a path that hasn't been walked before, to go first, lead the way for others who are calling you in. If you feel misrepresented in the media, step forward for all those who also feel misrepresented. If no one's speaking out on topics you feel passionate about, share your unique voice. There's no one on earth who comes close to possessing your unique combination of skills, gifts, and life experiences. Don't look to those who have come before you to work out your path, because leaders have to forge their own. And just the forge, don't follow. And especially right now, like always, but you know, we're heading into timelines that we manifest reality. The collective manifests the reality. We are programmed to believe that that's not it, but our thoughts, the direction where all these different timelines are going, essentially it's us anchoring them. And so, you know, a lot of turning away from certain shit show energy. I'm just gonna leave that at that. Alex says, I'm already in bed, Lily.
I don't know what that means.
It means he's in Romania and it's later there, honey.
It's still running the night.
But yet, I had a dream where an old medicine woman tapped me and asked me the question, why do you follow? Oh, whoa, honey. That gives me shivers. Never been a good follower, guys. I couldn't even stay in Girl Guides and stuff like that, right? Being told when I had to do something and how to do it never works for me. And yeah, like there is no map. There's no reflection of someone living the way that I do right now, that's for fucking sure. Oof. Okay. So since you mentioned when the old medicine woman tapped me and asked me the question, this is gonna be my next reading. Sacred Rebels Oracle. And this one usually takes a deep dive. So let's see what the message is today. I remember saying to my mother I guess it would be 2.5 years ago now, after she had already had her first vaccine and everyone else in my family pretty much as well. And speaking to her in a way that we were able to still connect and be in the same room, the same space, and have some sort of semblance of flow. And I said to her, I was like, why would any one of you expect that I would do this? I've been researching vaccines for years. Researching. Just because I don't sit here and able to say details out loud, I don't sound like a fucking engineer like my sister does, right? Her little engineer brain repeats shit off by heart. She can tell you about minerals and rocks and she remembers it. It's like, is it that doesn't give me credibility, or is it just the fucking fact that I'm thinking for myself? You know? And I remember asking my mom, like, why are you really doing this? Do you believe in COVID? Do you believe in this vaccine? And it was like, no, I don't. But if I don't get it, I can't see my brothers and sisters anymore. They don't want to see me. If I don't get it, I can't go to the restaurant or go to the gym. I will do anything, I'm told, to be able to live normally. And I was like, well, I'm the opposite. I will do nothing. And I will live not normally until others join us somehow. Because I won't comply. I won't do this stuff. And I remember saying to her, like, it just shocks me that there's not even a little part of you that's proud of me. Like, you're disgusted with me because the choosing to forge ahead, even if I've lost everything. I got no credibility with no fucking humans in my reality. Right? That's the thing, eh? These cards can say that when you take a leap of faith and you let go of the people, the situations in your life, new is going to come. There can be avoided a lot of time, right? You don't just allow and have all the, your masculine figures in your whole life, father, son, everyone, uncles, friends, that just fucking scoot off and disappear, make certain choices, and then not even one fucking pure masculine comes back, right? That's that best friend, solid energy or something. Like the ripping of the veils of no one ever prepared us 4 or 5 years ago when we found each other on YouTube that guess what? You're gonna be in a void for a long fucking time. And that you're gonna be tested that whole time. Offered things, told things, bullied, shamed, all of that. But that's the thing. Those of us who are meant to forge, it doesn't matter. All those things. Does it suck balls sometimes? Fuck yeah. It's not going to change anything. If my soul contract with my daughter from before she was even born was to live a certain way, what do I care if my mother or my sister judges it? Sister, if you wanted children, you should have had your own. Mother, if you wanted to fucking be a real grandmother, you had the opportunity with my children. But you're not the mom. You know?
Hola. 8647.
How's the day going?
Pretty good. Can't complain.
Never get to anybody else. And they don't have to.
I've had a card get declined at the door. I've had like a bunch of weird stuff happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you could probably make like a vlog or some sort of thing.
Oh,
This is the
definitely.
shit that happens to me.
Like one of the other drivers was like,
Okay. I'm just gonna shut my alerts off. Oops. Robin, hey Genevieve, I enjoyed listening to you today. Have a beautiful walk if you choose to go. My errands are calling. Okay, enjoy. Thanks for being in the background listening. That anchor energy is felt, sweetie. Judith, hi, sweetie. Coming in to say that. I appreciate it, Judith. I lost family and friends over not taking. I feel your passion and truth. Thank you, sweetie. Thanks for being a strong warrior, Michelle. We need each other. I know that we do. Because I can speak from the perspective of now I'm years estranged from family, and I know that my love is pure and unconditional. I love them so much and myself more, right? Who's more important? Me. But I love them so much that them living their life without my fucking face, even if because I'm not that girl that's giving stats and telling people what to do. I'm that girl that if I got the car, somebody needs to drive to go get a fucking vaccine, I will drive them. It's their free will. I'd rather they be safe with me than in another situation, right? So it's not about me being the saying and implanting information all the time, right? Because you got those people that's like, fuck, it's not funny anymore being in family dynamics. And so I stopped preaching or trying to convince or teach anybody anything a long time ago. But like, this is to the point where everything revolves around this stuff now as conversations and flow, when people are a part of it, right? So exiting other people's lives, when you love someone, you set them free. You don't insist that they need to be the way you think or act the way you think, or, right? That's it. So oh really, Robin? My daughter Sammy. That name's super sync. I didn't know. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I did. I don't know. And looks a lot like your Lily. Roar. Amber's daughter's energy as well. Sharon, aka Lake Superior Skywatcher. I was the only one out of all my sibs not to take it. Lucky enough to still be a part of each other's space. Roar. Yeah. And at first, that's what really did happen with my family, is that, like, it's fine what I chose. But then what happened was, first of all, I don't know where they're at. They were on the 3rd and 4th a year and a half ago, right? So now, as far as I know, Canada is like to the 7th or 8th. So that's you know what I mean? It's just, our lives are about the frequencies that emit from us, the energy that we are. So merging energies with people who are of not like minds does not work the same anymore, right? It's not about judgment, but at some point, how many more? For me, I made this video. I was still living in the other apartment. It's just a random rant video, but I realized one day that the very fucking people who taught me when I was young, if everybody else jumped off the bridge, are you gonna jump? Right? The very fucking people, my mother and father, who taught me, just because everybody else is doing it, does that mean you have to do it? And then they live their life by the example of, yeah, everybody else is doing it. shut the fuck up and do as you're told for once in your life, just do as you're told, doesn't work, right? That's it. And how can, right? It's the fear of death, the fear of dying, the fear of not being included in society or other people's stuff. Because the very father who raised me, who if this would have if COVID would have happened 25 years ago, he would have been on the fucking front lines of protesting or you can't fucking fuck with my body type of thing. So, you know, if there's one person in all of my reality and all of my family that it should be us, 3 of us, me, my daughter, it should be my daddy. From the man he was my whole life. So you remember in Dirty Dancing? Remember how Baby got to see parts of her dad very young? You're not the man I thought you were. That also happened to me very young. With my dad. Of certain things. But ultimately, even the little things that made me like that Dirty Dancing kind of feeling of you didn't do the right thing this time. He never crushed that thing. Like my whole life I saw him as that rah, right? Until the COVID timelines. And I get, like, again, he's 72, 3, turned 74 on the weekend, like last week. And the fear of death. But that's the thing. Fear of death, simulating to all these things. Anyways, I'm gonna leave that be. I can't make this up, guys. So, the last card was forge, don't follow, right? Pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. And then this card from this deck is card number 14, going beyond normal. And I got a thing for buttons. I even have one of my lucky buttons. I found this near my bedroom window when I lived in another place. And shout out to Cannabear, whether he's here or not, because this button is like represents Cannabear in a big, just in a big way. Brother energy. And so that golden light bulb and all the buttons. Oh my gosh, the buttons just stand out so much. Hi, Kaylin. I like that name written that way. That's beautiful. I hope I said it right. I think so. Okay. Okay, going beyond normal. On the path of life, there are deciding moments when we can choose to go with the mainstream, or we can dare to take a bolder, more authentic and trusting way, even when it seems riskier or less safe. To rely solely on logic and science without incorporating the mysterious and magical is a recipe for an existence that is far too dry. The sacred rebel within our hearts will always choose a juicier approach to life. If you might be currently approaching such a choice point. You could say that the choice is all about balance. It's less about choosing to honor either art or science, gardening or architecture, and more about integrating all approaches so that you enhance rather than hinder your life's journey. Placing science or architecture above all else kills off the rebellious heart. Steadfastly relying on logic, proof, and a complete set of plans to measure and dictate outcomes will suffocate the soul. Basing decisions on limited factors with an imbalanced measure of success is unnecessarily limiting. This approach prevents us from living freely, spontaneously, with trust, so that we can rebel against the need for things to go strictly according to plan. Choose to value decisions based on passion and instinct and trust in life, enough to embrace it as an adventure and let it all unfold as it will. There is a time and a place for logic, strategy, planning, and measurable outcomes. These are not bad tools to have, but we must be vigilant to not worship them or allow them to squash our less rational but equally valuable decision-making tools such as intuition, feelings, and those things you just know without knowing how you know them. The flowing inspirational energy of the heart may have no conceivable basis in logic or reason and still be uncannily accurate. To remain rebellious, we must not sacrifice the art of emotion, instinct, passion, and intuition for the science of logic and strict planning. On the other hand, gardening and arts do provide us with a plan, albeit more loosely held. This plan still requires us to set time aside, to draw upon reliable methods, and to prepare with certain tools. However, there's also a healthy dose of organic flow, the responsiveness and trust in the creative process of bringing something to life. This leads to the cultivation of the most beautiful, abundant, and successful garden and the most vivid, healing art. You're being asked to stay open to the intuitive approach in your life, your work, your creativity, as well as your spiritual journey. The intuitive approach can be likened to the method of gardener or an artist. There's a sense of what might work, where, and a loose or even detailed plan, but how the plan is carried out will depend on and flow. And oh my gosh, these are long sentences. There's a sense of what might work, where a loose or even a detailed plan, but how the plan is carried out will depend on and respond to the flow of its surroundings. There's no need to control the situation, but rather a desire to nurture an idea to fruition. You might have pressures around you from the world or from your own conditioned nature to do things according to the rules, to a deadline, or to the accepted mainstream view that you need a well thought out plan for success in a commercial venture. However, sometimes the best plan is to do what feels intuitively truthful in the moment and to trust. Oh my gosh. That you're being led towards your own growth. Adopting this approach means you have to do far less planning and far more living. It's a pure and heart-centered way to manifest your art, your life path, and your essence into practical expression in the world. It invokes a willingness to be led by nature instead of trying to control the powerful force of life. That's a bit like trying to fit a proverbial ocean in a teacup. It's far more intelligent to allow the ocean to be the ocean and to learn to swim in it rather than trying to cram it into a vessel that's too small. This oracle brings you a special piece of guidance. You are moving outside the plan. You are living on the border of what is socially accepted. This is good. This is fringe-dwelling freedom. Others might not see this about you straight away, as you seem pretty normal, but that secret eccentric streak is just waiting to show itself. And maybe you're an out and proud fringe dweller, completely comfortable with this way of being. Either way, this oracle brings you the message that you now have a chance to live from your heart more deeply and expressively than ever before. It wants you to realize that this is a legitimate, empowered, and creative way to live that honors all of who you are. You can give up forcing or squashing yourself down into a very limited set so-called desirable qualities like intellect and control. If you are yet to relate to this consciously, this oracle brings you the further message that you are going to be breaking with tradition. Perhaps not entirely, but at least in a way that's meaningful to you. This will require you to have courage in your convictions and faith in your heart's truth. This will help you inspire others around you to step out of fear and live more freely and lovingly. You're not meant to abandon logic and intellect altogether. You are to use them to serve the desires of the heart rather than to replace its ordinary spontaneousness and truthful nature with controlled planning and narrow strategy. It's time to be wild. Let nature take its course. Yes, Brielle, nurture an idea into fruition. I love that, yeah. Hi, Wolf Dude 1. One bear came up so far today. How you doing, dude? Did you start school yet? I forget when you said you were starting. Exactly, Sharon. Don't force what's not of a higher good. Yeah, and I think that it's not working anymore, even when people are trying, right? Is anybody else noticing that? Like the things that worked last year or last summer or last week or last month even, it doesn't work, right? A lot of relationships, whether they be friendships, family, or intimate relationships, still running the karmic wheel, right? And if you're not with the person who elevates you and makes you feel like the king or the queen, that you can accomplish anything and that your purpose and your mission is supported and combined, I can't even imagine what it would be like to be in a relationship right now and trying to hold on to it because the love was there, because the future felt like it was with that person, but there's no common ground. And how the universe has amplified things so much that you can't grab at straws and make anything work. It just gets worse and harder, more dramatic, more painful, right? This is going to be a weird random story, but I was thinking about it yesterday. I almost made a video, so I'm going to tell it now. Once upon a time, I had been married and in a partnership, but all together for 11 years. And then my utter realization that the soul contract, that it was done. Also had visions of future potential things. And I just knew that the marriage was done. And the second that I knew, it was a Tuesday in mid-November 2004. And all of a sudden in the afternoon, early evening, I just knew. I tried to sleep that night and just live and just wait and see. How do you all of a sudden have an epiphany that your husband and you don't have a soul contract and that there's nothing that can be done? Like, that you feel nothing for a potential future, even in the now? I didn't even dilly-dally 12 full hours. I set myself up so I could leave work, even though I was at my own restaurant. And I went home. And I called, I can't remember if I called my ex-husband at work or if he called me. His shift was finishing at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. And for me to be home around 12:30, quarter to 1, when I owned a restaurant, was not common. And again, I can't remember if I called him or if he called me. And he said something to me about needing to or wanting to go do something. And I was like, no, I need you to come home right away after work. Right away. And when he walked in the door, he could see, right? And he looked at me and I was like, I don't know how to say this. And I'm leaving. I can't be married with you anymore. You're not my husband anymore. And yesterday I was thinking about his reaction. Because in the 12 to 14 hours since I had realized what our relationship was, that there was no masculine feminine intimacy and connection, we weren't ride or die best friends, I thought he would just look at me and be like, oh, finally, you said it. Like, there's a part of my soul that was so shocked of his reaction. And I thought back yesterday as I was thinking of this. Every masculine I've ever had an intimate relationship with, it's me who recognized, no matter how monogamous, no matter if we lived together, no matter what the relationship was, it was me always that realized we're done. And not one of them, no masculine, no matter how much they fucking said they loved me and would do anything for me, none of them ever let me the grace to walk away without a fight. And a fight to the point where I was afraid for my safety or their safety, right? Their safety as in the suicide card, my safety as if you can't be with anybody else but me, we're both going. Bank account seized. Everybody else knowing whatever version they were saying of how I was this and I was that. With the shock, right? The shock. I get it, but I don't. Where are the people in this world who just naturally feel what's meant to be and not push it? My other ex, Christopher, about 3 years after we separated, we had a situation where I don't know, I gifted him time and energy. And he looked at me and he said, you really meant it when you said you'd love me forever. I was like, yup. But my body is not yours forever. Like, why is it not possible for us to be just such amazing friends? Where other people would feel safe in our friendship so that they could emulate it and believe that it can happen for them, instead of I always have to feel bad that I don't want to be intimate with someone. And what I mean by that is, it's real. Love is forever. But the expectations that we put on somebody to live in a certain house or in a certain neighborhood, to dress a certain way, to act a certain way, to keep a certain job, to anything, that's not part of love. That's the fucking codependent bullshit fucking stuff we've been programmed. Because if you truly love someone and you think they are your soul mate, then you would be willing to have them as a friend in your life forever. Walk them down the aisle and gift them to the person that they truly are meant to be with. Because it's just bodies. Right? many people right now, there's a beautiful fucking person in your life or coming. She's a little bit older, he's a little bit younger. They're not gonna look exactly. Are you really gonna sit there and fucking think of who you loved last year, last month, or 5 or 10 years ago and not give them a fucking chance? Right? The fucking programs of movies, television, reality TV have us fucking so intertwined in something that's so not even pure or real. I've said this before, I've asked this before. If you could name a love story that doesn't have bullshit programs, tell me it, because I will go watch a fucking movie if there's none of the fucking bullshit, right? Romantic comedies, boy meets girl, boy loses girl, then they fucking figure out the way. Then there's a part 2, boy's not even with the same fucking girl anymore, right? Like, nothing makes fucking sense of what some people will tell me. Oh, Romeo and Juliet was the most romantic thing of all time. Bitch, they died. That's not fucking romance. That's not fucking eternal love. Right? Anyways, take what resonates, leave the rest. That story, super personal. I felt it yesterday, and I told my higher self if I'm meant to share it, I'll share it if I'm meant to, and boom. You know? Woof, dude, it's on the 28th. I start school. I'm so excited. Oh, I know. I can't help myself. You're the second person today, Dana Bigley, who's starting school again this week. But you're the second person saying they're starting school. And I really want to ask, like, are you going to get a cool backpack? I almost want to send you, like, something. I got to figure out what I could send you. Like that kid thing, right? Of the backpack. Sharon, I ran with my 2 boys, 3 and 4 years old, in secret because I didn't trust his anger issues. Oh, Roar, honey, thanks for sharing that. I really appreciate it. My sister, a couple years ago, says to me flippantly, you know, now you haven't really been in a relationship in a long time, and I really think you should go on Tinder and find yourself somebody. There's people all over the place, you know, just fucking find somebody. But she says to me, she's like, you know, now that you haven't been in a relationship in a long time, and you can see with hindsight, like, I have a question. And I was like, okay. She's like, why are you always afraid of your men at the end? Like, that just not even logical to me. And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, says stuff, and I can't remember how the conversation went, but there was a part of her that even years later didn't believe or would credit me the fear that I actually had. My own sister. She actually will go fucking hang out with, you know, my ex-husband in certain ways, which is the way that my family is, and that's beautiful. But how the fucking dare a woman that is your sister not even believe and think that you would. And that's the thing. When you have been in an intimate relationship with someone and you know they had suicidal tendencies, whether it be before you came into their life or as you're with them, and they've even said stuff, how the fuck could somebody else, like, you know what I mean? And fear, yeah, the fear. Holy fuck. When you're little and somebody fucking grabs you and says you're not leaving no matter what, holy fuck. There's nobody else there. Nobody witnesses that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Thanks for sharing that, Sharon. That's a fact that a lot of us, you know, a lot of people have lived certain timelines like that where it was like, yeah, you're running away from your own house. in hiding to make sure to be safe with your children. And the other reality that no one actually ever, thinks about is not all children were conceived with consent. And so, you can be very down on the single mom who, right, all this shit and have all this judgment, but not all children were conceived with consent in this world. And if you truly, right, knew somebody's stories, and you'd be shocked sometimes at what people lived and brought forth into this reality and then get judged for, right, an eternally amount of time. But thank you, Jill. You're listening. Thanks for this. Thank you, sweetie. That way, that's why I love you forever. Derek Guthrie, I feel that. G-men's expectation of people. Shit, you don't even know how they perceive you. I want more affection, but I get popsicles instead. I'm not sure what that means, dude. I feel that. G-men's expectations of people. Yeah, I think I get what you mean. I'm gonna move around. That was really big for me. I just want to shake up that energy, and whatever's meant to flow when I come back. I will be wrapping up the live stream not long after I come back. So it's already been a couple hours. How's it going, D? A little bit of Michael in our lives. The Archangel Michael, Sword of Light Oracle. It says 9/11 on my screen. Yeah, this is either going to be the last card or the flow towards it. Thank you guys for being. I'm just going to leave it at that. Card number 15, increase your knowledge. Education brings opportunities. Take a course, pick a book, find a mentor, teach you what your soul longs to know. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to read and suggest anything. I truly believe that everybody learns in different ways. Telling one person to go back to school or to have somebody teach them something is not what they need, right? So it's picking up the books that they need or going towards, right? Just we all have our different ways. Part of letting go of the human programming of how we learn is, I believe, from my perspective, one of the most important and pivotal things to learn about yourself, right? Some people need other people. They thrive by going to a yoga class, by having the energy, by having the direction. Other people like me, my worst fucking nightmare is somebody saying, you want to go to a yoga class with me? No, baby, I don't. No. No, you have fun. And he's not going to that. Right? Ew. Could maybe later in my reality I flip into certain things? Sure. But where I'm at right now and what I need, that's not it. Just the card stands out, increase your knowledge, the picking up the books, the allowing for the being directed towards either live streams or information through whatever you are guided to. And for me, I'm going to clear, like for me, the message that is clear is I started this last week and I only read a certain amount of pages and then boom, activation. I was on my way to, you know, super syncs and super flow and I haven't picked it up to even read one page. So the picking up the book, right? Even yesterday I was watching somebody who I've never watched live stream before on Instagram. She popped up. I like her quotes. I like certain things she said so far. That's why I follow her, whatever the word is on IG. And she picked up a tiny little book of the Gene Keys, and I was like, holy shit, my copy's bigger than my ass. It's fucking huge. And so, like, I'm super being, you know, keep having the syncs and the flow pushing me back towards the book. And so, putting it even closer, because apparently having it where I sit on the couches that made me open it all week. But just saying to a point, right? When we know what the message is for us, that's it. And I want to end the stream with fairy energy. I don't use the fairy cards very often. Sometimes they just don't always resonate with me. I don't like being directed of how to talk and interact with fairies, and so I skip that part. I don't like being guided in how I should be able to see something. I love listening to people how they do it, and then it's like I even know it's for me or not. But I feel that sometimes people are looping because, right, allowing for other people that you consider a master or a guru and going to listen to certain things. Well, we're years later and you still can't see auras, but you're listening to all these people trying to teach you how they do it when you might see auras all along, but you don't even realize what you were seeing because you're waiting to see what they were telling you that you should see. Right? So, and I know that might sound like, whoa, but often we are so much more gifted than we ever thought we were, that some of the natural abilities that are coming online have been pushing for years or our whole life for us to bring them out. It's not new, right? You don't all, right? It's, and the things that are the things that we said we'd never do, right? So that's why it's like, damn, I've had people reach out to me and say, I dreamed of you. You were a yoga teacher and you had this shop and I was like, really? You dreamed of me as a yoga fucking teacher. I was like, either you are like the most fucking gifted motherfucker and you had a vision of like me and my fucking like whenever later, or like you're full of shit. That wasn't me in your dream. It's like one extreme or the other. You know what I mean? But it often in my life, the very thing I said, I'm never going to do that, is the thing that I did, right? So one example is, you know, if anybody who's ever really looked at back towards my 2019 videos when I started, January 7th, 2019, you'll see it's just videos for a year and a half, a year and a month and a couple days, excuse me, because I started live streaming on February 2020. And in many of my 2019 videos, I'm shouting out other channels, trying to get them seen, try to get them heard. I want to help them get to the 1,000 subs because they really want to stream and they need it. It's part of, you know, their purpose, their mission, part of their life path. And I'm all gung-ho and I'm making vids and shouting all these different people out and saying, I will never live stream. And then, you know, when I did, it was a complete fluke of downloading an app, pressing stuff in, pressing play as a joke to see if it would work, and voila, here I am 3.5 years later. So sometimes life does twist and unexpected of the things that we thought wouldn't be for us, right? Our souls plan this sometimes in a rather cheeky way. Cheeky and cocky. You know what I mean? Massive shivers passing through. I'm not sure if it's someone within the energy in the background or just the naturalness of certain things. Being really vulnerable and forthright like I have been in the last little while of the live stream activates me a lot. There's something to be said from trusting, opening your heart, and just allowing yourself to flow without stopping. So I don't know. It feels yummy though. And this is gonna be the last one. She's a beauty. Protect your dreams. You are the guardian of your precious dreams, and they are safe in your care. Keep them close to your heart until you're ready to release them. Yeah. Sharing is caring, but sharing too much information, especially publicly on the internet, has been a double-edged sword for me. Certain timelines that were beautifully coming into fruition. Why? Because I talk too openly about them. Certain people who do not like me, love me, respect me, or honor me, they were not rooting in my favor. They were rooting for the exact opposite. And within that fear-based energy coming towards me, then I chose an action fear-based, right? Not saying somebody else changed my stars or my future by thinking negative thoughts, but saying that because the negative yucky shit was coming towards me, a part of me grabbed that and made it my own, right? So keeping certain things close to the heart. Anyways, take what resonates, leave the rest. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Miigwech merci.